That's the phone that's doing it? Oh, there. We'll just say it now. All right, Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom.
I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. And double honor to our teachers, the head apostles, and elders, the great millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect. I have lamentations for talk about rejoicing and glad. Because these Edomites, their gladness is about to turn into sorrow. Right? We had John 16, I think that's what he said. It shall be, sorrow and weakness. Our lament is going to turn to joy, roughly paraphrasing. Right? Because you got the wicked, the creation of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, the wicked, the men of the wicked, right? So you got three classifications of men. You got the sons of the wicked, the sons of men, and the sons of God. The sons of God represents the Israelites. The sons of men represent the heathens outside of Esau, because Esau, Edom, represents the son of the sons of the wicked.
Yep.
All right, and that's the so-called white man, and he's ruling today, man.
Yep.
All right, so you go ahead and grab that.
This is Lamentations, chapter 4, and verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee, and thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked.
Right, that cup is talking about these curses, man.
Yep.
When you go on YouTube, you won't see nothing but a lot of Edomite bloggers talking about the economy, man.
Yeah.
You know, even your redneck, low-level Edomite, he's on there complaining about how the price of living is, man. And they're not able to handle it, man. The Lord is slowly taking their blessing from them, man. And guess what he's doing? He's transferring it over to us, man. Because when you read Sirach, the 10th chapter, it tells you how a kingdom is translated from one to another, man. And that kingdom is being translated rightfully back to us, man. Lord willing, we are the elect, man.
This is Deuteronomy, chapter 30, and verse 7. And the Lord, Yahweh, thy power, will put all these curses upon thy enemies.
Right, the curses are in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, 15 on down. One of them is separating children from their families, man.
That's right.
That's going to come back in the kingdom, man.
Yep.
You know, it also talks about your basket and your storehouse should be empty, representing your funds, man.
That's right.
You see, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, he's feeling it, man. It's just a matter of time before they go in the uproar and start rioting in the streets, man.
Yep. It says, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. We know who persecuted us, the so-called white man. So everything that you have done shall be done to you. And the Lord said He's going to give you a double portion of that. And that's righteous. That's righteous judgment.
What's that, Revelation 18?
Yeah.
Reward her even as she rewarded you. Reward her double. This is John chapter 16 and verse 20.
Right, because in the midst of these heathens, right, it was prophesied that we're going to be in a state of sorrow until Yahweh Shah comes back, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, man. And yes, he's a so-called black man, all right? If he was here on the earth today, he would be a so-called Negro, man, all right? Our Lord is coming back to save us and nobody else, man. If you're not on this side, man, you're not going to get delivered, man, especially if you're not of the elect, man, you see? So while Yahweh Shah was gone, the nation of Israel, right, we have suffered like no other nation on the planet Earth until you that Daniel the 9th chapter, man.
Right.
Nothing has came upon no other nation besides Israel, man. And that's because Yahweh Shai has to come back and redeem us, man. From who's on top, who's ruling the world, man? The so-called white man, okay? Who you people don't care about, man. It's open, they're blatantly late, you know, they sacrificed to Baal, they had it in Balenciaga, man. The files that came out that they do human trafficking and they eat children and shit.
Yep.
And you people are you just swept that shit under the rug and went on with your day, man.
And still endorsing, like, you got a government of P filers in charge, from your leaders in the House and the Representative, okay, to the Pentagon, even in the so-called religion, the Roman Catholic religion. Okay?
Yep. Yep.
So that should put fear in your heart to want to go back and turn back to the Lord, because he's got scriptures that literally say that those spirits that are in charge that are doing these wicked deeds are going to be given free reign to do even more wickedness until the Lord return. That's called Jacob's trouble. And so because you're not waking up and recognizing it, you're going to fall by the sword. And that sword is the so-called white man, Esau Edom. He's got but a short time. So he got to get to work, man. You see?
This is John chapter 16 and verse 20. Verily, verily, I say unto you, that ye shall weep and lament.
And now all of our children is weeping and lamenting. Because if they were, you would see the whole nation in the state of Ezekiel 9 and 4, man. But our people are not sighing and crying for everything that's being done here, man. You see, they don't care about living check to check, man. They think that they supposed to live like that.
Yep.
You find out you're like, oh shit, I'm supposed to be paying my sundown, and also, I'm supposed to be ruling over these people, man.
Yep.
That's why it says with much wisdom comes much sorrow.
Yeah.
Right? Because when you realize who you are, you really want this place to change immediately.
Right.
Like when you come out, all of us have the same story. When you come out of the world and you first wake up, you think the Lord is on his way that moment. Right? Because your spirit is vexed. Your spirit is tired of this fucking place. You know? And you want to change. And that's the Lord actually, making us suffer. Goes into that patience. Right? You got to have patience in order to be really, part of the Lord's elect. You got to suffer in this time, man. All right? The same thing that the world is choosing, you're supposed to be choosing the opposite. How can you be holy and claim yourself to be holy, which goes into being separate, and you doing everything the world say do? You okay with being a homosexual? You actually, let's say you're not okay with being one, but you actually endorse it, right? If you people that don't say nothing, you the same as the people that agree with it, man.
Yeah, because if you ain't condemning it, you condoning that shit, man. See, the Lord, there ain't no gray area with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You either got to be with it or against it, man. Ain't no in between, as long as it ain't coming near me and my family,
right.
We're good.
Right.
But what about the other Israelites that it's going to affect, man? You got to care for your own people, man.
That's right. This is John chapter 16 and verse 20. Verily, verily, I say unto you, that ye shall weep and lament, but the world shall rejoice. And ye shall be sorrowful, but your sorrow shall be turned into joy.
Yeah, and our sorrow is being turned into joy when we woke up to this truth, man. You see, and it's we get even more happier, man. We see these data centers being built up and putting in certain geographical areas like the inner city. You see what I'm saying? And we told you, 15-minute cities is going to come to Cleveland, Ohio, man. It's going to be one of the first 15-minute cities established in the world, man.
And who initiated that? Your so-called black mayor. He got put in the office, and he been full-fledged, okay, with the Moism, okay, and with the smart city, okay. That proves you, man. A lot of you Israelites, you love this damn wicked ass kingdom to the point you're willing to sell your people out, man, okay, for this technological world that they're trying to push on us. But at the end of the day, we're not going to allow that shit to go down like that. You got a plan for all this.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you wicked ass Israelites, like you so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics, you people always trust in Egypt, right? You always trust in a nation that will never save you. You see, you made covenants with the heathen like you did under the Greeks, right? You always seek the nation's validation, and it showed you countless times in history that they don't fuck with you, right? They don't like you. They don't respect you, right? That's what they show over and over again. But instead of serving the Lord, you want to serve your enemies, right? You want to welcome your enemies into the fold. And the water Yahweh Bashim Yahushua for his prophecies, for his word. You know, because if it was up to you wicked ass Israelites, the majority of you would want to serve your enemies. But the Lord told us through prophecy that that's not going to be so, man. You know, we're going to rule over our oppressors. You got it?
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, and verse 7. For the Egyptians shall help in vain and to no purpose. Therefore have I cried concerning this. Their strength is to sit still. Right. Who's the Egyptians today? So-called white man Esau Edom. You read Isaiah 19. Egyptians talk about Esau against Esau here in the United States of America. This government is not here to help the Jakes, man. You got in Tennessee, I believe they just rearranged the districts to where it ain't no black representatives no more. So they're going back to the Jim Crow era. Showing you where Esau's he's going back into that Edom, he's going back into the full-fledged Edomite spirit, man. The KKK, all that shit that was going on back decades ago, even hundreds of years ago, the Lord's putting that spirit back on him, man. And guess what he's gonna do? He's gonna get the green light from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua to come get true Jakes in these inner cities, man. And he not gonna spare, man.
You know, that makes me think of when Donald Trump got into office, how he fired them at every so-called black person that was in a seat of power.
Yeah.
You know, it's like he went down a list. You know, he went down a list of people that was in the administration who hold power, but they were so-called blacks, Native Americans, or Hispanics. He ended up firing them, man. And he pushed them out of the way and put his own kind in those seats. I got it right here, an article if it pulls up on how Trump, just to go into what you said, I'm gonna just read the title, the headline stuff. It says, Trump fires black officials from an overwhelmingly white administrative positions, right? So these, like when President Barack Obama got into office and all these liberals got into office, they started putting up Jake in office. Donald Trump came and he did a reversal, right? You know, and he put his people in those seats where Jake was once sitting in, man. So it shows you the spirit that's coming back on these people, like you said, you know?
Esau, the so-called white man, has a special hatred for the Israelites, especially Negroes. You know, what has he been doing to you since 1619? Even before that, man. You see what I'm saying? Before he even brought you on this land, there had to be numerous amount of crimes that he was doing against you, inhumane crimes at that, to gather up a bulk of Jakes and put them on cargo slave ships, man. Now he's getting right back in that spirit because he's about to start reducing your resources, man. He's about to pull his hand back from his resources towards you, man. You know, energy bills is about to go even more high, and you already know Jake is poor. Jake is in poverty. Jake is living on Section 8. He was with that. He moved Section 8. We were moving food stamps. You see what I'm saying? People don't talk about that no more, man. Because people pretty much think he's gonna give it back to us again, or the next president gonna fucking do it. They ain't gonna be no next president, man.
Those are gifts, you know what I'm saying, that Esau can give, but then easily take away, you know what I'm saying? And Jake loves gifts, man. You know?
It said what? The surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, but a gift destroys the heart. Right, so if you're supposed to be mad at this time. And a majority, they receive gifts, so that's why they have been satiated, right? They have been comforted in this kingdom. They really supposed to hate this place, right? But through getting riches or through getting a bag, now you got some sense of being comfortable. But I guarantee your conscience, your spirit is vexing you. You know, that's why a lot of Jake, when they get the bag, they return to drugs or they turn to drugs, right? You know, to try to appease that conscience that's fucking them up. You know, Jake got a spirit within him that's different than every other nation. You see, the Lord has instilled in Jake, the Israelites, a different type of spirit where your conscience will condemn you, man. You know, it look like it's okay. I'm the Walla. You put on yours?
Esau's technology is trash. We just talked about that yesterday. How his technology is trash. Like you got all this money in the world. You control the world. You got all the resources. You can't stop your phone from overheating, man. You see what I'm saying? Then you got the nerve to talk about you got the Heavenly Father technology. You know, in your possessions, man. Ain't no fucking way, man.
I got preaching for you quick. This is 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 20. It says, O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings, and in opposition to science falsely so called. You know, so ultimately, like you said, this is all Esau's science, man. You know, and he tries to mimic Yahweh Bashim Yashah on the left hand side. But see, you see that his devices are designed to fail, man. You know, they. No. That's what ultimately Esau, everything that Esau has is designed to be a dead end, man. Right? And when you trust in you know, the science, the wonders, right? Even the Apostle John on the island of Patmos, when he saw the whore, he wondered with great admiration. You know what I'm saying? So he was captivated also, man. And see, Jake is captivated by the gifts and the science of Esau Edom, because why? Because Esau Edom can put these things out, and it'll catch it. You know what I'm saying? A different, like we was talking about this yesterday. You know what I'm saying? The different.
He's gonna put these things to use, man. See, in the time of the year, man, you got all these countries switching to CBDC. You got everybody talking about data centers and AI and everything. And man, I seen W7. I guess they had a simulation with all the different AI programs like ChatGPT, Grok, and all this. They put them in a simulation, and they pretty much showed which one was democratic, which one was, you know, pretty much sovereign, and which one pretty much wanted to destroy humanity, man. And two of them wanted to destroy humanity, which was Grok, which is owned by Elon Musk, man. So I'm showing you that this AI, when it's all hell breaking loose and this AI fucking fails or whatever it may be, it turns on Esau, Edom, and humanity, which is really, it's an evil spirit that Esau is enchanted. It's going to turn on him and it's going to cause his demise, man. You see?
That's just like the movie iRobot. You know, that was all AI, robotics, you know what I'm saying, things like that. And then what happened? Now the AI started to think for itself. You know what I'm saying? And Esau couldn't stop it, you know?
Yeah, what else movie was like that? Oh, the movie Afraid. You know, yeah, with the family and shit. You also had the movie Upgrade. They put the chip in the little head and the AI took over his whole fucking body, man. You see? That, you know, these things are going to happen. He didn't just put these things in movies, man. He experimented on people, then came up with the movie and said, oh, this is what we're going to do to humanity, man.
Yep. Hey, listen, it was another movie, I forgot the name of it, but they put a microchip in the spine, and it would send signals up to the brain to do certain missions. You know what I'm saying? That, like, if you had to unalive somebody, and if you didn't do it, it would sound like a painful, like a vibration.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Yeah.
It was dealing with the female.
Yep.
Yeah, so this technology, it's not supposed to go inside your body, man. You see what I'm saying? It's like Apostle always mentioned. You can do pay with your phone. You can do pay with your phone. As long as you don't have it in you, you're not going off, man.
Right, see? But we gonna have to until the Lord sets this bitch all the way down, we're gonna have to use some of this digital technology that they're about to roll out. But like the brother just said, as long as you ain't putting shit in you and worshiping that shit, then the Lord gonna deal. But the moment you put all your faith in it, to the point where you get weak in the flesh and you decide, yeah, I think this is gonna be the best for me, God knows my heart, know one thing, he's gonna destroy you. That's what he's gonna do.
Right.
See?
All you false prophets, you Israelite teachers out there talking about the MOTB is an embargo, or it's Christianity, or it's sin, whatever it is, man. Listen, you people are leading your flock to the slaughter.
Yep.
All right, hey, the scripture let us know the deceived lead the blind, both shall fall into a ditch. The deceived and the deceiver are his. So you know, when this time comes and all those people in your congregation take the MOTB, their blood is gonna be on your hands, man. You know, because you're supposed to warn them properly. You know, but instead you only care about the bad, man. Or you only care about being right. You know what I'm saying? And you're not right. But through your pride, instead of repenting and actually teaching the correct doctrine, through your pride, you're gonna constantly teach damnable heresies, man. You know?
Bishop, they said, he's like, say if it is a microchip, Man, what you mean if?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just the way to cover their ass, man.
Right.
See? Because people are going to find out if the Lord is dealing with them, right? But she only dealing with the elect. So if you're able to understand that the MOTB is a physical thing, and the Lord might be dealing with you, man. You see? So you can't take when your leader is saying something else and the spirit is telling you something else, what you gonna follow? You gonna follow his leader? Or you gonna follow the spirit? A lot of people, they're gonna follow their leader. They tell you that in Romans 8, what is it? Carnally minded is death. You see what I'm saying? These Israelite leaders, man. These Israelite leaders are all carnal, man. All they teach is law. You don't hear nothing about Yahushua coming out their mouth, man. Nothing. I don't even know the last time another camp outside GMS mentioned Yahushua.
No, they teach you another way to go to salvation. Some think it's a law. ISUBK, they think they're in a new covenant already.
Oh my God.
So it shows you. You really have to have the spirit on you to be able to discern who has the truth and who don't. You know? You got it. So.
This is Romans chapter 8 and verse 6. It says, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
Yeah, man. To be spiritually minded is life and peace. The only way you can be spiritually minded is through Yahushua, man. You see what I'm saying? There's no other way but through Yahushua, man. You see what I'm saying? The law is not going to save you. Wearing fringes is not going to fucking save you, man. You see what I'm saying? Hey, being married to one woman is not going to save you, man. That's their fucking push, man. You only supposed to have one wife. If you got another one, you sin it. That means you got the mark. Come on, man. But it just don't make sense.
But they teach adultery by telling a woman if her husband don't turn and join the church, then she's got to leave him and deal with one of the men that they choose. That's adultery, bro. That's adultery all day.
So that means y'all got the mark.
Yep.
You know?
This is about. Can I get the next verse? Verse 7. Romans 8 verse 7 says, because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High Yahweh, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be. So ultimately the carnal mind is enmity to the Heavenly Father, and a lot of these camps, they have that carnal mind, man. Because why? Because carnality equals what? Money, man. You know, and you ain't gonna make no physical money from Esau teaching the 100% doctrine of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. Because while ultimately we're getting the riches from the spirit, man, from the heavens, and hopefully we get that penny, when we cash in when Yahushua comes back, man. You know, what you got it,
This is the book of John, chapter 14, verse 6. Yahushua said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man can come unto the Father but by me. So if you want to get to the Father, if you want to be delivered, right, you got to go through Yahushua, not the law. Right, not your own righteousness, because the scripture says our righteousness is counted as filthy rags. You got to go through the sheepfold, man, the straight gate, right? And it's really through Yahushua, the sufferings, right? So that way you can be joint heirs with Yahushua and the blessings, because you're born through the sufferings there. You know, so the Lord is the way. You know, you can't skip past Yahushua. A lot of you camps, you don't want to reverence Yahushua. You don't want to bow to Yahushua, but the scripture says every knee shall bow, man.
Yep.
You know?
This is Galatians chapter 3 and verse 24. It says, wherefore the law was our schoolmaster to bring us unto Yahushua.
That's right.
That we might be justified by faith.
Why? Because the mysterious plan of the Lord, Elder Apostle Paul revealed that to us, was to bring all things under the subjection of Yahushua. That's what it was about. It wasn't to have the law be the power source. No, the law taught us what not to do. Right? No, Yahushua is the power source that we connected to, that we bow under. And he go through the Father. You see?
It's like a set of guidelines. You know what I'm saying? So that way you know where the extent that you can go. You know what I'm saying? But this next verse going. Go ahead.
Because I was gonna say we all have to come back under faith.
Yep.
That's how Abraham was justified. He was justified through faith.
Verse 25, it says, but after that faith has come, we are no longer under a schoolmaster. But does that mean that we're no longer under the law? No. But we know that Yahushua is the law. He was the word made flesh when you read John the 1st chapter. You know what I'm saying? So now we know the guidelines. We know not to commit adultery. We know not to covet another man's property. You know what I'm saying? We know not to be a mo. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, all that is wrapped up in what Yahweh Shai showed us, man. Because why? Because he walked perfectly for us. You know, so now we're under the order of Malak Tazadak. All right, not the order of Aaron. Right. If you have ears to hear.
Right, because that was his plan.
Yep.
The Lord created us marred in the beginning to not measure up to the law. Right? If the Lord is the potter, he could have created us to be perfect.
Yep.
But now he found fault with us. Because why? We couldn't measure up to the law perfectly, so we had to go through Yahweh Shai. That was the whole point of it, man. Right. The Lord could have made us perfectly keep the laws 100%. If that was his story, if that was what he wanted. All right, but we know the end was written from the beginning and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done. So us going under Yahweh Shai wasn't done in the past, right? You know, even when Yahweh Shai walked the earth, he gave clarity on the law. You see what I'm saying? So when the Lord made his sacrifice and he went up to the Shemayim and he revealed us as the Holy Spirit, now we know these things. Now we know that, you know, the Lord were to bring us under Yahweh Shai and not keep us under the law. You see?
And even Yahweh Shai in his previous incarnations had to correct himself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now this is why when you go all the way to when even the Apostle Peter said about the lamb without blemish. You know what I'm saying? So in Yahweh Shai's previous incarnations as Adam, you know, as Solomon, you know, he sinned. So he had to. So the perfection to Yahweh Shai couldn't come at that time, man. He had to come. The perfection had to come when he was Yahweh Shai walking the earth during the Roman Empire, man.
Right.
You know,
when he actually gave his life as a sacrifice.
Yep. And walked perfectly.
Right, because he walked perfectly, but he also had to pay for his past sins too. Like when he was Adam, when he was Solomon.
Yep.
Right? That's why the Lord said there is none good but one, but him that sat on the throne. Right? I think that's what's that? Matthew 19?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So when the Lord walked the earth, he knew he had a specific duty. It's to bring us under that covenant. Right? And that's what the Lord did, man, with that sacrifice, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's not of our own works. No, it's because of the sacrifice that the Lamb made on our behalf, man. You know, because the Lord wasn't accepting bullock and none of that no more, man. All right? Because our people was wicked and we abused that. So the Lord had to send the gift, Yahweh Shai, right? To be that covering for us, man. You know, to be that lamb without blemish.
Yep.
He was ordained before the law even came into place.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because before the law, before the high priest, the Levitical priesthood, the priesthood of Melchizedek. Yep. Hey, Abraham paid tithes to Melchizedek. It tells you that while Levi was in the loins of Abraham, he was paying tithes to Melchizedek, which is Yahweh.
That's right.
So no, we're not going to be saved by the law. Abraham wasn't saved by the law.
Like, think about that. Like,
Hey, yeah,
think about that. How the Lord knew we was going to be in this time period where sin would be rampant. Right? They would put pork in our food. We'll be wearing mixed fabrics and things like that. We'll be in captivity. So the Lord knew that. He sent the gift.
Yep.
He sent Yahweh Shai to be that covering for us, man. You know?
And John said, through Yahweh Shai came mercy.
Yeah, great. Yep.
Grace and mercy.
Yep.
Romans chapter 9 and verse 31. But Israel, which followed after the law of righteousness, have not attained to the law of righteousness.
Now, what is that talking about? What's the real law of righteousness? It's talking about Yahweh Shai, man. Following him. Because they think the law is righteous, which it is, but it's all about Yahweh Shai, man. All right? If it was up to us, okay, well, I ain't even going to say us. Let's say these Israelite camps. All right, if it was up to them, there would be no Israelites left on the planet Earth, man. Because we all came short.
Exactly.
You know,
Came short of the glory. And that's what it's about. Like, you can't keep the law perfectly.
Right.
So if you saying that you keep the laws, or law, statutes, and commandments,
right.
you got to keep it perfect. You're not going to measure up to the law. That's why we have Yahweh Shai. That's why you got to go through Yahweh Shai. The only way out is Yahweh Shai, man. Really, because you in captivity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You in slavery, bro.
And you're talking about, and you having a Passover, and not even in your native land.
Exactly. Like, come on.
The
law helps you govern yourself. See, because at the end of the day, it's the fear of the Lord that gives you the wisdom. Okay, and that wisdom helps you make the right decisions. It helps you fight off your flesh. Well, that's keeping the law, right? But you ain't gonna be perfect at it. But you definitely got to make an effort, right?
You gotta, what, Judges 5 and 11.
Yep.
Rehearse the righteous acts.
There you go, brother.
You know, that's what we're doing. We're rehearsing it. We care about it. You know what I'm saying? And we're trying our hardest to keep it. But where we fall short at is when your Yahushua covers us. You see? But if you don't have your Yahushua in your life, if you don't reverence your Yahushua, then you're stuck being judged by the law. And we know what happens. It was somebody that was put to death for picking up sticks on the Sabbath.
Yeah.
The law is harsh.
Yep.
So if you're saying that you're following the law, then you're going to be held accountable to that. Yep. Right? But if you're under Yahushua, then you have grace now.
Well, and it tells you in Psalms the 19th chapter that the law of the Lord is perfect.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But what happened? We were imperfect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because why? Because we're in this sinful flesh. In Jude, it tells you that this is the chains of darkness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then when you read Revelation, the 17th chapter, this land is called the mother of all harlots, man. So this is all the abominations, all the previous captivities, is all wrapped up into one big shit show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now it's impossible, man. It's impossible to be able to keep the law perfect. Right. But now through Yahushua, now we're perfect through what? Through our sincerity, man. Through wanting to keep the law. Like the Apostle Paul said, the things that I want to do, I don't do. You know what I'm saying? Because why? Because of this flesh.
This is Hebrews chapter 8 and verse 7. For if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second. And that was proving what we were saying. All right, the Lord could have made the first covenant faultless. He could have made it where we kept the laws perfectly. But then that would mean what? That there was no place for the second. You see? So the Lord made us marred, right? He created us at this point in time to not measure up to the law in order for us to go under Yahushua and to get this new covenant. And it says Hebrews chapter 8 and verse 8, it says, for finding fault with them, he saith, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Verse 9, not of...
And see, it says finding fault with them.
Right.
It was nothing wrong with the law.
Right.
And this is why when you read 1 Corinthians 15th chapter, we have to be changed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because flesh and blood is not going to be able to inherit the kingdom. And part of that inheritance of the kingdom is what? Being perfect.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Being able to keep the law perfect. And that's what's going to make us immortal.
Yep.
Slot, you got it.
Yeah, having those new bodies.
Yep.
That will keep the laws perfect.
Time.
See, so it shows you, if in the second covenant, we're going to get the new bodies that keep it perfect, it shows you that the Lord, the potter, created us to be imperfect during the first covenant.
Yep.
You see? Hey, we wanted to serve the Lord. You got to imagine, if you're in your right mind, you want to serve the Lord. You're an Israelite. But now you got demons into play, and you got principalities ruling the earth, and you got men that have fulfilled a lot that the Lord gave them. You see what I'm saying? When these things take place, you have no choice but to fear the Lord, man. All right? Because you can be a person that's so fervent to serve him, like Judas was. Judas was, he was a disciple. So making a disciple, you had to know something. You had to believe, right? And then the spirit of Satan entered into him. You see what I'm saying? These are the things that take place to fulfill the will of the Lord. But eventually, in a new covenant, when we get those new bodies and we're made perfect, that's going to fulfill the will for the Lord in that time. You see what I'm saying? Just like we had to fulfill going off. What it says, a falling away had to happen first. And the son of man or the son of perdition be revealed. So that falling away goes into us falling away from our first estate. We the angels that fell away from our first estate, man. Hebrews chapter 8 and verse 8, it says, for finding fault with them, he says, behold, also like I read that, verse 9, it says, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, said the Lord. So we went into captivity, went into slavery for the disobedience, right? For doing wickedness in the land. In verse 10 it says, for this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days. After what days? The days of Jacob's trouble, right? The days of temptation, right? It says, saith the Lord, I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, And I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people. You see? So it's cut and dry, man. You're not in the new covenant now. No, we're on our way to that covenant, man. You know, when we get those new bodies.
This is Romans chapter 9 and verse 32. Wherefore, because they sought it not by faith, but as it were by the works of the law, when they stumbled at the stumbling stone. It says, as it is written, behold, I lay in Zion a stumbling stone, a rock of offense.
Who's that stumbling stones? That's Yahushua, man.
Right.
You see? Because you can say law, but you didn't see the Messiah right in front of you. You know? But only the Lord reveals to the people who the Messiah really is. Right? Who Yahushua really is. That's Yahushua is a rock of offense to you people, man.
Yeah.
You know?
People know him as the so-called Jesus Christ, which that ain't the true name.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? When they hear that, Yahushua, you a devil worshiper, brother.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? His name is Yeshua, whatever it may be, it's everything but Yahushua.
Yeah.
And that's the true ancient paleo way of saying his name. Because when you read Jesus, that's not even a real fucking way to say Yahushua. If you want to say Yahushua in English, you would call him Joshua, man.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? You better off calling him Joshua than Jesus. See, fucking idiots.
And it proves that that's the name because he said he will be hated for my name's sake. Nobody is hated for the name Jesus. Nobody is hated for the name Yahushua. I mean, Salaki, Yeshua. The name Yahushua separates and divides because that's the name of the Heavenly Father's only begotten Son. And he only dealing with the elect. And the elect will hear that name, okay? And they will follow it because they hear the voice. They know that that's the name. All the other names, you can see it's variance to it. It comes with respect of person. You see, I was on TikTok yesterday. Lil Will would do a lesson on it. He got this nigga woman call herself Mother Ruach, and she's claiming that if you teaching Jacob's trouble, you're teaching evil towards your people. She's teaching that she is the wisdom, and it's the Heavenly Father, her, okay, and that's the Trinity.
The mediator?
Oh my goodness, bro. Oh my goodness, but that's what I'm saying. But guess what name she go under? Yah. See, that's how you know what names to be followed. Those other names bring corruption and confusion. Okay, it's not the truth.
Yeah, you don't see them. I have yet to see a Yah Israelite out here.
I have never seen a Yah Israelite on the highways and byways.
And they might come up to you after the cameras cut off.
Right.
All
They
saying
wanna hear
all
that
this shit. They ain't out here teaching because they doctrine. They don't have a doctrine. They winging that shit.
Right. They like to sit behind the camera, all right, and get praise from women specifically. And that's how you know too who got the truth. Because when you under the name Yahushua, a woman got to be in order. So you could teach and be wicked as all hell and still think you in the truth under the name Yah. I'm seeing it every day online. But when you under the name Yahushua, that comes with order. Okay, that's a clear understanding. Women don't have no say so when it comes to teaching this Bible, and she should be in subjection under her husband. But when you under Yah, okay, Yeshua, and them other names, then you got free reign to be evil and do wickedness because it's not the truth. That's not the real name. And there's no fear under those names.
No, not at all.
Nope.
I got this is real quick. This is 1 Corinthians 1 and verse 23. It said,
We can talk about that.
oh, for real? Kind.
That's the spirit.
1 Corinthians 1 and verse 20. It says, words of wise, words of scribes, words of disputer of this world. Have not the Most High Yahweh made foolish the wisdom of this world?
Right. You pastors, you preachers, you're supposed to be the ones standing up for righteousness. Right? You're supposed to be telling the people the truth.
Yeah, where you at, vocab, bro?
Right. Where you at? Pastor Bernie, T.D. Jakes. You know what I'm saying? Y'all supposed to be standing up for righteousness, but y'all teaching prosperity doctrine. But nobody in your congregation prosper. You the only one that kind of like this shit. Oh, you said damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, y'all supposed to be teaching the truth. You see? Y'all supposed to be teaching 100% truth. That's why some people in your congregation that's going to leave your ass. If they part of the elect, they're going to leave you, man. You know?
It's no money in the truth. You know, and even the Apostle Paul said, you know, am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? You see, when you speak to the truth, especially so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians, you hate the truth, man.
It says it's a reproach.
Yep, exactly. The reproach goes back to a disappointment, man. You know? So Jake hates the truth, man, to the point where they'll consider you an enemy because the truth lets you know that you love somebody, man. Because faithful are the rules of our friends. See, we're casting that net for the kingdom of heaven, man. And what Jake's trying to do is trying to wiggle their way out of it. Like, no, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Yep.
We in the living room. We trying to pull you out there, motherfucker, put you in a fresh habitat, right? But you want to stay around filth, man. Yeah. You know? We let Jake, hey, man. What it say? It says, cast not your pearls before the swine. Jake doesn't appreciate Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. But when all hell breaks loose, you're gonna turn it. You're gonna start honoring the names.
Yep. But by the end, it's gonna be too late. Because why? That's the parable of the 10 virgins. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna try to seek to understand it. You ain't gonna have no oil in your lamps. Then you're gonna go. Can I borrow some of yours? Is it Yahweh? Is it Yahweh Shai?
It's whatever name you was calling.
Yep.
How to go stay in that same spirit. That's what I'm talking about. He said, we want you to be in that same spirit. Don't come around us. Stay in that same spirit.
Dead end job, man. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna roll up that UCI. He just using you people in school that's still great. He's using you as a debt bearer. No. You know what I'm saying? You're dead. You know what I'm saying? No, that's gonna be a way of him persuade you to take this MOTP. You want to cancel out your student loan? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people won't do it. So student loan. They said 3 things you can't escape. Death, taxes, and student loan, man. You know what I'm saying? You cannot get rid of that shit.
Continuing on, verse 22 of 1 Corinthians 1, it says, for the Jews require a sign, and the Greeks seek after wisdom. But we preach Yahweh Shai crucified. Unto the Jews a stumbling block, and unto the Greeks foolishness. You see, so that's where, you know, we were talking about before, you know, that Yahweh Shai will be a stumbling block, man. Ultimately to the circumcision. Okay, and this is why you see these different camps going all the way left field, and if you're in the spirit, you gotta look at these dudes like, man, what the hell are they talking about, man? Like, and it's you have to see that these guys have either taken the bag, or the Lord is giving them over to a reprobate mind, man. It's one or the other, man. Because exactly, bro. You know, because it's too far left field. It's too far to the extreme for you to still be in the spirit, and then making these different accusations about what the mark is, man. How to serve the Lord, all these different type of things, man.
Like you asking, what everything is mentioned in the Holy Spirit. All prophecy is mentioned in the Holy Spirit. Data centers is mentioned in the Holy Spirit. It's called the MOTP. So with all this technology taking place, where is this mentioned in the Bible? You know what I'm saying? The Lord didn't just skip this part of the book. No, he didn't just have all this knowledge. He saw him lead this part off. No, the Lord don't work like that, right? How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Oh, sorry, my bad. Sure.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. I'm going to go to Revelation real quick. Yeah. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13, and verse, let me see, 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by the sword and did live. Right? So the miracles is referring to what? How, they put the neural link in your brain, you know what I'm saying, and now you can walk, you know what I'm saying? Or now you can communicate when you was first, dumb, in a sense, where you couldn't conjure up words. Like you can't be deceived by these type of miracles. You can see it all online, man, how they trying to say that the Neuralink caused this to happen or caused this person to walk and all that. Silly people or ignorant people, they're going to look at that and think like, oh, this is technology, you know what I'm saying, at its best, or this is innovative, or things like that. You can't fall susceptible to those words, man, or to those miracles.
Hey, it was a dude, I guess, paralyzed from the neck down, and he got the brain chip in his head, and he playing Call of Duty. Murking niggas, bro. Yeah. Like, and this nigga just doing like this, bro. And he's fighting all type of motherfuckers, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the technology that Esau is allowing. He's gonna push to the forefront. You got people that took that Neuralink and have Parkinson's. You know what I'm saying? And the Neuralink is allowing them to the shakes to slow down tremendously. Huh? You know what I'm saying? So these are the miracles that Esau is gonna push to try to convince people to take the chip, man.
Right, it said,
like I said, they even got like disabled people playing video games with a mouthpiece.
Yeah.
And the nigga be good. I be like, what the fuck? How the fuck this nigga so good, man?
Nigga ranked number 3 in the world, you saying, bro.
But that show you his technology.
Yeah. And everybody gonna want to get that shit because now you know it takes like a split second for the signal to go from the brain to the hands. You know what I'm saying? But now if it's already in the brain, they can just think about it and it happens, you know?
It says, yeah, I see it. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. This refers to what? The mark of the beast. And this is a physical mark, right? Charagma. Where you going to this, man? Yep. All right, it's a physical mark. The root word for charagma, I think, is karax.
Yep.
You see? So if you go to that karax, it means to cut, I believe. Engrave. Yeah, so that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna put it inside of your dominant hand. Like on the side of the world where London is, their dominant hand is what, the left, I think? Left side, you know what I'm saying? That's why the steering wheel is on the left. On this side, on the right side, Salaki. And then, you know, the point is, your dominant hand is what's going to be used. Imagine that when you sitting down, you're not going to you're going to give your dominant hand the one that you use, you know what I'm saying, the most to do anything.
I believe it says in Revelation that in either hand, he received the chip in your either hand,
But at the end of the day, if you put a chip in you, it doesn't fucking matter.
You
going off. Oh, well, I put it in my toe. Or no. If you put any technology in you to be one with this damn AI system, you going off. You just crossed over. You're going to be destroyed, man. Shit, let that be put out there because you got these teachers, man, that are literally push them. Like, well, it doesn't say, it specifically says whether the right hand or the left hand or your brain. So, you know, it doesn't say if it's butt cheek or something. No. It's whatever technology you put in you, you are going off. You just giving yourself over to Esau Edom. Okay? You're married to him now. You're done.
It tells you that if you receive the mark, you know what I'm saying? So in order for you to receive something, in order for you to receive something, you have to take it from somebody that's giving it. You know what I'm saying? So if you receive the mark, you read Revelation 20, man. It tells you that you're going to be cast into that lake of fire, man. All right. So ultimately, if you take the gift of Esau Edom's chip, you finished out here, man. You're destined for the lake of fire. Even General Yohanan, he said, God don't care if you put a chip in your body, man. But the scriptures tell you exactly opposite of what that goofy ass nigga said, man. All right. You put a device in your body, you're destined for doom, man.
Hey, even the scriptures let us know at that injection site, you're going to have grievous sores. Right? Because the thing is, technology or radiation don't mix with the skin. You see? So when you put that MOTP within you, it's going to emit radiation, which is going to cause grievous sores at the injection sites, man. You know?
And when you get that word sore, it goes into ulcer.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Or C answers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say the word. You know what I mean? But that's what's gonna happen. Then people gonna start taking field knives, trying to cut that. It's gonna be too late, man.
No.
It's gonna be too late.
Because you received it already.
Yep.
You got Priest and Bach. He was saying you can take it out at the last minute.
Yeah, I remember that.
No, man. So see, what they trying to do is they're trying to cover their fucking ass, man. See, don't take it, man. It's point is simple. In the law, if I can say in the law, it talks about making a cut in your flesh and making covenants with other gods. You see what I'm saying? If you so big on the law, why aren't you teaching that? Why don't you know that, man?
Yeah. And how you gonna teach that it's sin and something else, but then as we get closer to the end, now you're saying if you do take it, you can take it out at the last minute. That's a contradiction. It just should be like the brother just said. You should have taught from the get-go. Don't take it. That it's a real thing that's coming.
Yeah, like Jake is gonna have a scalpel.
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna chuck the fucking whole hand?
Yeah, exactly.
It could be implanted in you so deep, you might have to cut your goddamn hand off to get it off of you, bro.
Imagine those that got it in their brain. You think you're finna just be able to
Yeah,
get to that part of the brain and get it out?
Pull a little zipper down and shit.
Yeah, like what's that movie called, The Belko Experiment?
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all ever seen that, but like it was an experiment. They had all these people in the office building, and they had microchips in their brains, and they had detonate after every certain amount of time. And people tried to dig that shit out, but they couldn't do it. And guess what? It'd explode on their ass. So they're not even telling you that this technology can eventually explode and blow your ass to pieces.
And they're gonna have the ability to cut off your money at the drop of a dime. What's the point of even taking it if you're not gonna have control of your money any fucking way? You like playing with your life doing that dumb shit.
Yeah.
I'd rather just go learn how to be without. Fuck it.
Can I get this quick definition real quick? I got the definition of the word hackable. All right, because that's what Esau ultimately wants you to do, or wants you to be is a hackable object.
Yeah, because Bill Gates, he got patents on the bodies and shit. This was decades ago. I have to find it, but he said he got the patents and he started putting data and stuff. This is 20 years ago.
Time. This is the AI overview. Hackable generally describes anything that can be breached or altered. You see, so that's what ultimately, because right now, Esau can't go to stop your put a freeze in your bank account. You know what I'm saying? He can't, everything, this is where all the world banks is coming together to be one world bank. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be one head, which Esau, Edom. The rest of the nation going to follow afterward. You know what I'm saying? And now he's going to be able to use the chip as a way to force you to be a good American. You know, because if you're not, like we always go into about the social credit score in China. You know what I'm saying? You jaywalk. You know what I'm saying? Now you don't have as many opportunities. You know what I'm saying? In society. You know what I'm saying? You don't pay your car note. You know, you commit a crime. You know, all these things is what's going to come to America, to the point where now with that chip in your hand, you ain't gonna be able to buy, you ain't gonna be able to sell, you ain't gonna be able to go outside of the 15-minute cities that Esau is trying to put up. You know what I'm saying? Things like that.
This Revelation 16 and verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the number of the name, or the name of the beast or the number of his name. I'm gonna read it again. Revelation 16 and 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So it's gonna be some people who refuse to take the mark, like some of these Edomites, but they still worship the beast.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Your ass still gonna be destroyed.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You think you wise, because you got some Edomites, those Bible Belt Edomites, you ain't saying that to stay on TV. Right? But that still don't exempt you from judgment. Right. You still gonna be destroyed because you want to uphold America.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you guys for real power.
I got you. No, he been coming around for years though. I think they only see stop giving him money.
Yeah.
So right here it tells you, man, you ain't gonna be able to buy or sell, right? You ain't gonna be able to do. You will go into the grocery store right? And you're not going to be able to purchase anything because you don't have it. And also, you're going to be ostracized from society.
Yep.
Right? Meaning you're going to be hunted because you don't take the MOTB, man.
Yeah.
Don't take that RFID chip, man, which stands for Radio Frequency Identification Device, all right? Which is like a grain of rice, all right? They're going to offer it to you. Don't take that. That's known as the hour of temptation, man, all right? Which is going to tempt all flesh, but only the elect will overcome that temptation, man. Hey, that's the line drawn in the sand, because you got a lot of people who's faking the funk, claiming that they're men of the Lord, but they're going to receive that mark of the beast, man. Why? Because their life is going to become uncomfortable, right? You know, by not receiving. Or they're going to give in, or their family be like, their wife come to them, I'm hungry. Or their kids come to them, I'm hungry. So, you know, they're going to think carnally and take the MOTB, man. Don't take that mark of the beast.
Because the Lord is going to allow Esau for a period of time for that system to be had, man. You know what I'm saying? Because why? Because that's the time where the elect's faith is going to be tested, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, hey, it's going to be a period of time where you're going to have to rely on Yahweh Shemashah. We already rely on Yahweh Shemashah now, but it's going to be even more of a dire situation once, you know, that's what Jacob's trouble also entails, man. You know what I'm saying? Overcoming that hour of temptation. You know, but when you read Revelation, the 3rd chapter, in the 10th verse, it tells you that, you know, what is that? Let me get it real quick. Revelation 3 and 10. Revelation 3 and verse 10, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. You see, so this is what is going to happen. We're keeping the word of Yahweh's patience right now, man. And now with our sincerity in the green tree, when the dry tree hits, now the Lord is going to look out for us. Hey, man, yeah, man, he stood tall when things were still good, man. You know what I'm saying? So let me protect this brother when shit hits the fan, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is going to be begging Esau for help, for guidance, for a little bit of slack. And that's what Esau, hey, here you go, man. Take this chip. You're going to be able to eat. You're going to have a UBI, all these type of things, man.
This is Psalms chapter 37 and verse 7. It says, rest in the Lord and wait patiently up for him. Fret not thyself because of him prosperous in his way. Because of the man bring of wicked devices to pass. Hey, the Lord is letting you know when this MOTB becomes mainstream, to rest with him, to wait for him. Wait patiently means you're going to have to suffer through it. But it's still going to be worth it because you're gonna show your faith. It says, because of him who prospers in this way. See, a lot of Jakes gonna, like the brother was just saying, a lot of you Jakes, you're gonna give in to the chip because you're gonna see certain things still happening, and you're gonna want to continue to prosper because that's all you've been taught. That's all you've been engaging in. You never turn back to the Lord and start working on your spirit. It says, because the man who breaketh the wicked devices to pass. The wicked device is the mark of the beast, and that man is the man of sin. Esau, Edom. You know, ultimately it's from Yahweh Shemashah, but he's the man of sin. He's the one that's been created to bring death and destruction, right? The Lord said, I created all things for myself. Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. What is evil? Bad times. When this damn MOTB is mainstream, it's going to be bad times, right? And who's going to be at the forefront of it? The so-called white man, Esau, Edom. See?
You get that word, devices? And because, you know, ultimately the scripture says that we are not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. So the elect will see the things that Esau is trying to do before they happen, man. And that's what? Being occupied in prophecy, man. You have to be occupied in prophecy in order for you to see what this devil is doing, man. And this is why, hey, Yahweh Shai said, man, it's going to be eating and drinking, marrying and giving into marriage. It's going to be all type of stuff, man. And society is going to keep on functioning as it usually is, man. And that's the greatest circus that Esau's going to use to keep you distracted from what he's trying to do. You know?
It says, wicked device, a plan usually evil, sometimes good, wicked device, intent, mischievous,
Yep.
lewdness, the thought, wickedly.
And see, and that's all the adjectives that describe the mark of the beast, man. You know, and this is why Esau is a profane man, man. He's outside of the temple, and everything that he does shows you that. The scripture says that a man's countenance shows who he is, man.
Yep.
So the way this whole system is set up and the things that's allowed shows you the type of end game that Esau is gonna be playing, man. If you listen in the spirit, man. You know.
The Lord willing is edifying us one of the Lord's elect. We're going to face the east and give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Double honor to our teachers, the head apostles and elders, the great millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect. Kwame El Shalom, Shalom.
Kwame El Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, Makim. Wadi Habashir Bakata.
Yeah.